Selkie ASMR, and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, this is a viewer requested video, and they asked me to read off some outer space facts, and I will be doing just that with the aid of the internet, because I don't have very many space facts on the top of my head. So I got my trusty iPad, Old Faithful, truly Old Faithful. This is the iPad Mini 2, I believe. You may be familiar with her if you watched my Halloween lyrics video. But yeah, this is kinda nice. Maybe. I just looked up I searched for articles online, and I found one on skyatnightmagazine.com. It is 31 things you never knew about astronomy and the universe. 31. I may not be reading all of them today. It depends how long this video gets, because each fact has a little further description, which is why I liked this article particularly. We'll just see how many we get through. Now, I will be, of course, linking this article in the description box if you would like to check it out yourself. But this article is by Nikki Jenner, and it was published July 22nd of 2025, so rather recent. Now, Miss Nikki Jenner is a senior science editor, space science and environment, for EJR Quartz, providing science writing and editing services for the European Space Agency. So shout out Nikki Jenner for these fun little space facts. Alright. Shall we just hop right into it after 4 minutes of yapping? Gotta do a yappy intro. Alright. Let's get into it. Okay, so Miss Nikki Jenner wrote a little intro, so I'm gonna go ahead and read that. Space facts: 31 things you never knew about astronomy and the universe. What do lemons and raspberries have to do with space? Just how dense is a neutron star? And how powerful is a gamma ray burst? Milky Way smells of rum, raspberries, and booze. Rum, raspberries, and booze. Isn't rum booze? Or am I crazy? Isn't rum a kind like rum? Aren't they both like liquor? Maybe I'm crazy. Or let me know if you think rum and booze are the same. I don't know. Anyways, apparently the Milky Way smells like that. In 2009, astronomers exploring a giant cloud of gas and dust at the center of the Milky Way made a surprise discovery. The cloud was packed full of a chemical known as ethyl formate, which has a couple of intriguing properties. It is responsible for giving raspberries their flavor and has the smell of rum. Another nearby region is full of ethyl alcohol, or ethanol, the type we use to make alcoholic beverages. It contains enough alcohol to supply everyone on Earth with 300,000 pints of beer per day for 1 billion years. If bottled at source, the proof for this beer would be low, with an alcohol content of less than 1%. But as the cloud also contains plenty of other nasty chemicals, among them carbon monoxide and hydrogen cyanide, it would still leave you with quite a headache the next morning. Quite a headache. Quite a headache. It's very late for me. I'm struggling to read. Sorry. Isn't that a fun fact? Okay. Next fun fact. On Mercury, a day is twice as long as a year. Technically, one Mercurian day lasts 59 Earth days, while a year lasts 88. However, due to Mercury's very eccentric orbit and alignment with the Sun, the length of time from sunrise to sunrise, known as a solar day, is equal to 176 Earth days, twice as long as a Mercurian year. Right. I'm a little too tired to follow along with that one. Should I reread it? Let's reread it. Were we all confused, or is it just me? Okay. On Mercury, a day is twice as long as a year. Technically, one Mercurian even traveled to the moon and set foot on it. But the moon is really far away. It's about 400,000 kilometers, or 250,000. What did I say? The moon is about 400,000 kilometers, or 250,000 miles away. In fact, I thought I said 400 and 250, not 1,000. Anyways, scientists have calculated that you could fit the other 7 planets of our solar system into the space between Earth and the moon. Did you know that one? Did you know that one? I knew that one. That's a really fun fact, though. Oh my god, this next one. You could survive a couple of minutes in a leaky spacesuit. Although films such as Total Recall show instant explosions and rapidly puffed up spacesuits, the effects of being exposed to space are slightly less dramatic. Although it would definitely be unpleasant, you could survive for a couple of minutes. I don't like that they use the word could. You could survive. After around 10 seconds, you would lose consciousness. The lower pressure of the vacuum would cause your blood to boil, along with other bodily fluids. The moisture on your tongue, for example. But this boiling alone would not be fatal, due to the pressure maintained by our blood vessels themselves. Gas bubbles would form in your bodily fluids, causing your body to swell up and bloat. The low humidity of space would cause you to cool down rapidly, and your eyes may freeze over. Within 1 to 2 minutes, the lack of oxygen would be deadly. Right. The stress of the situation may make these symptoms worse. You would become oxygen deprived more quickly. A rapid decompression would cause damage to your lungs, eardrums, and A rapid decompression would cause damage to your lungs, eardrums, and sinuses, along with bruising and bleeding from soft tissues. I'm one of the people that assumed if your spacesuit is not secure, you instantly, spontaneously combust internally. For some reason, surviving for a few minutes is more horrifying. I think I have this irrational fear of going into space. You will never catch me in space. You will never find me up in space. I'm not going anywhere above our atmosphere ever. I'm not interested. Save that for Katy Perry. I'm not interested. I have this fear of being lost in space, just floating around aimlessly. And I was like, well, if that does ever happen, I would simply take my space helmet off and blow up. So that's horrifying that that's not what actually happens, but very interesting. Sorry if that was a little much for ASMR. I didn't think it would get so descriptive. Relax. a sugar cube. Wow, 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 wow. That's wild. See, space is so interesting. And our next fact. Gamma ray bursts release more energy in 10 seconds than our sun in its entire life. Nothing in the universe rivals the power unleashed during a gamma ray burst, a brief but incredibly intense flash of high-energy radiation. There are many types of gamma ray burst. Some are thought to form when a massive star implodes, others when two neutron stars merge together. Okay. Write that down. This will be on the test. Our next fact is about stars. There are stars we will never be able to see. Ever since the Big Bang, most objects in space have been moving away from one another. In fact, the expansion of the universe is actually accelerating. This is one of the facts about space that has really rocked the cosmological boat over the past few years, and it's known as dark energy. As regions of space are whizzing away from one another at an ever-increasing rate, the first population of stars to form in the universe are now too far away for us to ever hope of spying them. And that's even using the best present or future telescope. Hope is not lost. We can attempt to spot them indirectly via the energetic bursts of radiation they emit at the end of their lives. I love stars. I love that the universe is constantly expanding. That's really wild. Have you ever heard? Well, there's this book I read, fictional, and by book I mean fan fiction. I read where one of the characters believed, you know how humans are made up of stardust, or the same materials as stardust. I don't remember specifically how we are, but humans are made up of stardust. They believed that, this is a little sad, they believed that when a person dies, they form back into a star and go back into space, into the universe. And that's why the universe is expanding perpetually, which obviously there's no science to back that up, but I think it's sweet. I'm nothing if not a sentimental gal. So, anyways, let's go on to real fact and science. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Is this like the Mercury one? Is my brain gonna explode? A day on Venus is longer than its year. Venus has one of the slowest rotations in the solar system. It takes about 243 Earth days to complete one full spin on its axis, but takes only 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun. This means a day on Venus, the time it takes to spin once, are known for their voracious appetites. Their influence is so strong that even light can't escape their gravity. But they have a theoretical converse: white holes. They are effectively the opposite of their dark relatives, spitting out light and matter instead of trapping it. So far, they are purely hypothetical objects. Astronomers are contemplating how they could form in reality. So it's just a theory, a space theory. Interesting concept. I wonder if there will ever be proof of that, and what that would mean. What would that mean for our universe? Balanced as all things should be. Alright. Our next fact. Jupiter's magnetic field is bigger than the moon. I thought it said bigger than the moon's. No, it's bigger than the moon. Period. The region of space in which a massive magnetic field dominates is known as its magnetosphere. These regions surround planets, pulsars, and even our galaxy. The planets in our solar system have magnetospheres that interact with and are shaped by the charged particles in the wind streaming from our sun. The largest magnetosphere in our solar system surrounds Jupiter. Jupiter rotates very fast and has a very strong magnetic field. And its magnetosphere is filled with plasma from its volcanically active moon, Io, I think. These features, coupled with the fact that the solar wind is slower and less dense at Jupiter than at Earth, lead to a very sizable Jovian magnetosphere. It is easily big enough to contain a body the size of our sun. If visible, it would be larger than the moon in our night sky. That's quite an achievement, considering it's over 1,500 times farther away. That's gonna be another reread for me. That was a lot of text. How about we do one more fact? My brain is starting to melt, I think. Neptune has only you for spending this time with me. Please give this video a like if you liked it, and a cute little comment, and make sure to subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. It would really help me out. Alright. Thanks again for watching. And I will see you in